Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Non-Standard Actions Rise of the Star-Lords, episode 28, Interrogation for the Shadow. When last we left off,
So ominous.
last we left off, you guys had captured Melody, Finn's old flame, and killed Justice Ironbriar. And Quinn is roaming around somewhere, shut into a closet or an office or something, but you haven't gotten that far yet. That's what happened.
We'll find him eventually.
It was just one big fight. Probably frustrating because he was invisible the whole damn time.
And Tanya almost died, but our lovely mystic sacrificed most of his hit points to save his little skittery buddy. That's very dramatic.
Yeah.
Because our Tanya was...
That was...
the thorn in my side.
Yeah, that was pretty intense. I was pretty excited for that Gandalf after fighting the Witch King pull, because that's exactly how Jacinto would have looked. Was just very drained. I mean, not exactly like Sir Ian McKellen. Nobody is as cool as Sir Ian McKellen. But
for anyone that wants to do fan art, Jacinto is a plant boy Ian McKellen. No,
that'd be pretty great.
But with a pompadour.
Yeah.
So the icebreaker this week is courtesy of Fat Drunk Ninja or Ninja. And it's, what is your character's favorite music style / band? Anybody know off the top of their head? Anybody want to lead?
No. Ava's favorite singing style is goblin throat singing, and her favorite band is the probably the Blood Boys, but she can't really decide between them and Vomit Chunks, both really
who could really?
Moment you started to take the lead there, Leif, I immediately thought of throat singing, and I was so happy that's where you went.
Happy to oblige.
Finn's into EDM music, I think.
That makes
it's not super into things with lyrics. He likes see Finn being a psytrance sort of guy if he's listening to something to chill out. But if you wanted something for like workouts, probably like dubstep or something with good drops, get all pumped.
All right. How about Tom? Jacinto.
Jacinto is alternatively very into soundscapes, very, very calming, meditative things, or Star Sugar Heart Love. Absolutely.
I'm surprised. Isn't it normally the big beefy folks that are obsessed with that band?
I mean, sometimes I can play
everyone
into a cliche.
Is obsessed with Star Sugar Heart Love. Thank you.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, Nick. What about Lahan?
I mean, Tom took mine, but I guess we can match. Yeah. I mean, it's got to be the space pop. It's got to be Star Sugar Heart Love.
I mean,
they're a huge band. More than one person has them as a favorite.
It's true.
No, I'm the most dedicated. No, I could totally see Jacinto and Lahan just jamming out to some Star Sugar Heart Love.
Right.
While they yeah, definitely.
I'm just picturing them on watch on the bridge of the Heartbreaker, just cranking it up, and then they've got the hatches closed so no one else can hear and be deafened by it.
Oh no, the hatches are all open. We're driving Ava insane.
That's when the headphones come out.
That makes sense. All right. Well, it's about time for us to bounce on in. And one thing that I forgot to show you or maybe didn't forget. You guys hadn't said you were going to. I'm gonna give you a sheet real quick that has Melody's gear on it. If you want to deprive her of said gear.
Yeah, it'd probably be a good idea to unarm her.
Mm.
And there is said gear. And I'm not sure I gave you a full description of Ironbrier's. This room that you were in, where Ironbrier died, is actually Ironbrier's office.
Ooh. Yeah, I don't think we got a
Ah.
description. I think we just sort of
The
ran in and
walls of
started
the-
doing a murder.
Yeah. The walls of this room bear macabre decorations. Sentient faces stretched flat over decorative frames held up by fine strips of tightly braided leather. I would like a medicine or life sciences check to determine something about these as I continue on. Each face grimaces in a slightly different expression of pain, looking down on a cramped room that contains a desk, a high-backed rocking chair, and a low-slung cot heaped with scratchy-looking blankets, under which resides a footlocker. A ladder in the southeast corner of the room leads up to a trapdoor in the ceiling. And life science. You just missed out, Lapis, but Jacinto made it. The leather straps holding the faces on those frames. I'm almost thinking. I know there's art that is like that tightly strung string. I'm thinking of a dream catcher, but that's not it. But sort of like something like that.
God's
The
eye?
leather holding, huh?
A God's eye?
Sort of, yeah, something like that. The leather straps was actually made out of the flesh of the face that, like that leather, that braided leather was supplied by the being that supplied the face.
Gross.
Well, this has all been very upsetting. Thank you for this.
Be wonderful
Yeah.
Halloween decorations.
Turns out, didn't want to know.
Yeah.
But you had a great deal of knowledge, so Jacinto found it. Jacinto might not have passed that on.
Believe it.
All right.
or
Well,
not.
next time I won't roll then. Next time I won't roll recall knowledge on the gross, creepy flesh masks on the wall. All right. Jacinto's crest eater, poof, disappears.
Does that
And
crest eater have a name? Is it gonna get a name?
not yet.
Hmm.
Doesn't have a name yet. Jacinto sort of just like glances at the flesh masks on the wall and just sort of like huffs a little bit. Well, I need like 10. Can I take 10? Are you all?
Of course.
I feel like fleeing.
Yeah, I could use a sit down. We might want to interrogate Melody and figure out what we're gonna do with her. Oh.
I'll be here if you need me. But I'm just gonna sort of convalesce over here for 10 minutes. And he like takes his little pencil-sized staff of mystic healing and sort of lotus position, sits there and focuses on it, and he wants to healing touch himself.
Phrasing.
After 10 minutes.
Careful, if you do that too much, you go blind.
I've heard that.
Yeah, see, I have heard that, but Jacinto can still see, so it's probably fine.
All right. Well, since we're doing that, I think I'm gonna interrogate Melody and then do a 10-minute rest. See, Lahan, do you want to help me with the interrogation?
I mean, I don't know what you want me to do.
It's nice
She
to have
just wants you to
backup.
help instead of Ava.
Okay. Leans
Yeah, do much. Just
casually
stand there and be
on
backup.
long arm. Looking moderately intimidating.
Nice. I'm gonna try to diplomacy initially on this one.
We'll attempt
You know that.
to assist. Nope.
All right.
So we take Melody's gear away from her, and after done taking her gear away from her, what are the siblings doing here? Why have they changed their goals? The cult didn't used to be like this.
Yeah.
There's someone new in charge. The siblings answer to her. They refer to her as the Mistress.
And you're just okay with all of this? I would have thought you would have gotten out.
You weren't paying very close attention to what was going on. We passed the point of no return, and it was either join up or end up in the ground. And I chose to join up.
You know, there's other options. You don't have to stay with them. Me and my friends can help you get off Magnamar. Go somewhere else.
I didn't have that option at the time.
Well, I'm giving you that option now.
Then give me my stuff and I will leave.
I mean, you have to gain my trust a little bit before I'm gonna give you your stuff. You did just try to kill me and my friends.
Well, you came back. I tried my hardest to put you down and you came back. I was angry.
Yeah, that's a great case for giving you your stuff back. Yeah. Jacinto says from the corner.
What is my brother doing with you?
I was looking after him.
Looking after him?
Yes. I made sure he was chosen. I was there to protect him from the shadows. This way he could look after your family.
I can't believe you'd let him get into something like this after the cult left me for dead. It's shakes his head.
You might want to make a sense motive when you say that, just to get a feel for things there.
See if she's lying to me. Pow! My sense motive's terrible.
Well, you 100% believe everything she said.
Yeah, he's a little gullible. Does Lahan want to back me up with a sense motive?
Mechanics are famous for their high sense motive scores.
Nope.
It's better than mine.
14.
Almost 3 times as high. You don't get any sense that they're lying, but you feel like maybe, just maybe, there's some things that aren't being said, at least in regards to Finn being left for dead.
Huh.
How can I know if we let you go that you're not just gonna go straight back to the siblings? How do I know that you actually leave?
Well, if I walk out of here and you're all still alive, they'll kill me. So it's in my own best interest to just leave and never come back.
Well, that is true. And I mean, we beat her once. If she comes after us again, she's probably not going to be that big of a problem.
She looks upset when you say that.
That's
Ava
true.
Offended, not
says,
upset. Offended. She
not
looks
a problem.
offended.
That is true.
Jacinto shrugs.
Not much I could do to stop not to head over towards Ava, that one from killing you if you do come after us again. You're very lucky that you made it out with your life.
She'll kind of nod at that. And just kind of hold up, like, uh?
No, it hasn't. So what do you think? Think we can trust her to let her go? I'd rather not turn her over to the authorities.
Why not?
me and Melody
She
have a
seems like she's
history.
in. Okay. She seems like she's in pretty deep. But if you and Melody have a history, I don't think that then I'm a good. What I say doesn't carry as much weight as what you say. I think in this case, I think you're the best judge of whether she should be turned in or not, or let go.
Because if we
If it
turn her
helps,
over,
I could tell you where the mistress is.
that would help.
Yeah.
The Shadow Orrery is where she resides. And if you don't trust me, just head up to the top floor and check out what's up there. And when she's referring to the top floor, she's pointing up here, not like the top floor of the Shadow Orrery.
Right.
Is there more defenses upstairs?
No.
Or you all that there was?
We kept some messenger drones up there. Less likely for communications to be intercepted.
And what's with the guy on the table?
Your brother had to kill him to join the siblings. He was one of the other applicants. Your brother was superior, with a little bit of help from me.
Oh, it's good that he's not joined up yet. How deep in is Quinn? Could he walk away now, or are they going to come after him?
He's only done petty things. This is to get him. This is to get him in deep. Get him into a position where he can't get away.
Well, it's a good thing we got here when we did. All right. Can you put Melody's loot sheet one more time? I'm not gonna give her all of her stuff back. I want to see what she had.
We've got, I'll read it off, 2 tactical knives. The name always belies the credit value there. These knives are worth 6,000 credits apiece. They both have the returning fusion on them. We also have an Ahsoka refractor suit, which is a level 7 suit of armor. It is also, I seem to remember, Jet's favorite light armor. And then the adaptive serum Mark 1. I don't remember what that does, but
First type of damage you take, energy damage you take, you gain resistance 5 for the Mark 1 versus that for,
right,
I think, a minute or something.
A minute. Yeah. It's pretty cool.
Can I give her one of her knives back and her armor?
She will swallow the knife and start donning her armor. Assuming you cut her hands free, because as I recall, her hands were taped up.
I have Lahan let her go because she's got the stick.
Yeah, can't cut it. Have to zap it.
Translator's note. Melody is an Ahsoka. That's how she swallowed the knife.
Yes. Cheek pouches.
Yes. I mean, it was mentioned last week that she did spit the knives into her hands. I don't know that I ever recalled specifically mentioning that she was the Ahsoka. That was on me.
I only mentioned it because I was momentarily nonplussed. I was like, what? She what? But no, okay. Yeah, this is fine.
Who's it? What's it do?
Fair. Yeah, she'll just.
So, do you have enough credits to get out of here?
I've got a couple stashes. Give me my stuff so I can keep myself safe, and you'll never see me again, or you shouldn't.
Ava holds, like, as she's walking past, holds a shuriken to her throat and says, "Best see that we don't."
I mean, I'm not gonna come looking for you. If you bump into me, that's on you.
Rhetorical threat.
And she's
Well-
gonna just kind of waltz out of there, assuming you let her.
Yeah. Before she leaves, I'm gonna give her my my cob number. If they come after you, and if you need help, let me know. Even if you did just try to kill me, and even if you did rope my little brother into all of this fleam, I still care about you, and I don't want to see you dead.
She'll look at you for a moment, and she'll swipe her information back over at you without saying anything, and she'll slip out of there, like, super quick.
All right. I turn back around to my companions. Well, let's find Quinn. Let's get him out of here. And then let's see what's upstairs.
And let's get one last sense motive check from Finn as she's leaving.
It's not gonna be good.
Never know, you could roll bizarrely well.
Like that?
You being nice to her makes her feel very uncomfortable right now. You get that. She's not hiding that super well, but she leaves.
Makes sense. And mega nice to me.
There's stuff you don't know, Finn. Stuff you don't know.
So many things Finn doesn't know.
Well, Finn doesn't know what he doesn't know, right?
Oh, and before she left, she would have told you. Yeah, she mentioned the Shadow Orrery.
Yeah.
And, again, you can confirm that by checking the messenger drones up top.
Well, let's check up top.
Okay.
What do you want to do with this one?
You have a bound. You have a bound victim.
Yep.
They are awake and have been listening to everything. They were very upset to be tied to that table.
Ava is standing over them uncomfortably, staring at them, not blinking.
Ava, stop that. Mohan will elbow Ava aside and start cutting the victim free.
They're crying, and if you cut them free, their first action is to hug you and just start bawling.
You're welcome.
Oh. Here, and Jacinto just boop hits him with some healing. Because I have all of my second level spell slots left, which is very exciting for me. So they get some amount of hit points back. They're an NPC. They don't have real hit points.
It's fine. They weren't really hurt, but I could see the healing energies making them feel better, whether or not they needed the healing, if that makes sense. Like a sense of well-being.
Well, the good news is I do need healing. So
take all of that.
Any overflow.
Yeah, sure. You get about 6 hit points. It's a really low level NPC.
Yeah, that's fair. They tend to be. This is also at the end of Jacinto's 10 minutes, I imagine. That conversation might have taken about 10 minutes or so.
Yeah.
So Jacinto has also used Healing Touch. He overflowed by 1 point as a result. That's exciting.
Well, Jacinto and Lahana are dealing with that one. Finn's actually going to sit down and take himself a 10. I want to sit down for a second. You two should question him before we let him go.
All right.
While you're doing that, you hear a little bit of a creak as a door opens to your south, and a much younger looking Holtz pops their head out, just looking terrified. Finn?
Quinn. Actually, my little brother would probably call me Micah.
Micah, yeah, okay. Micah?
Quinn.
Micah?
I thought you were dead.
Oh.
Mom's been destroyed.
I technically was dead. I mean, I still kind of am.
I got better. and they're just gonna like slowly. Well, I'm on the wrong layer. They're gonna just slowly ease out and kind of lean on the wall for support.
I'll come over here and sit by him. I'm gonna take my 10-minute. Yeah, give me a second, and then I'll explain everything. That fight took a little out of me.
Don't be mad. Don't be mad. I did bad things. I thought I was the only one. Like,
we're not unfamiliar with bad things in this group.
I thought it was the only way we were gonna get by. Like, wow, I'm drawing a blank on your older brother's name, and I just looked at this not too long ago. Damn it, Case.
Clint.
Clint, yeah. Clint can only do so much, and you know, with you disappearing, Mom hired private investigators trying to find you. Like, things were tight, and Melody came, and she helped, and there was money, and like I had to do some stealing and stuff.
Oh, you don't need to worry about that now. It's all in the past. We're gonna get you out of here. And
I had to follow people. Never did anything to them, but I had to tell Melody where they were going, their habits.
You don't have to worry about credits. I've been doing all right for myself. I can help you and Mom out. I really should have gotten in touch sooner, but I've been tracking the sibling. That too. I was hoping to finish my business with the cult before coming back home. I didn't know things were so dire.
What business with the cult? Were you part of the cult?
I mean, I assumed you might have known that since you've been dealing with Melody.
She told me she was your girlfriend, that you were gone, and she wanted to help out, and she gave me jobs.
Yeah. That's kind of how I ended up dead. These really aren't people you want to mess with. You need to cut ties with everyone from the siblings.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of got that impression when I was brought in here. I was told I was being inducted. There was some scary guys standing behind me, and they told me I had to stab that guy. And that guy, when he says that, is just gonna like start sobbing more into Lahan's shoulder.
Give him a hug. Well,
they're it's okay.
Yeah, nothing to worry about. All you've done is petty things. You're not in trouble. You're safe now.
Can we go? There's so many dead bodies.
We need to check the upstairs first before we go.
You need to finish checking the building. You can stick near us. I'll make sure you're safe. Then we'll take you home.
What's that?
And
they're pointing at your moat.
Oh, that's my stellar moat. It's got black hole energy. It lets me summon a gauntlet.
That's new.
Yeah, things have changed. I'm a lot stronger than I used to be.
Yeah, okay. And they're just gonna acquiesce. They're gonna follow you. I don't really want to string that out anymore. He's upset. He's happy. His brother is alive-ish. He thought he was dead. He did some bad things. He nearly did an awful thing.
Alive adjacent.
We got here in time.
Still sentient. Call it sentient.
Brother is still sentient, yes.
No, I want to take 10 minutes and spend a stamina to get resolve to get my stamina back, because I am bruised as heck.
Understood. While that's happening, would anyone like to root around Ironbrier's office?
Yeah.
Toss the place.
Sure. Ava will do that.
Cinta's feeling better.
With a 19.
Cinta will also do that. With a 22.
Han
Wow,
got
I
second.
think
Lahan's
that's
got to beat by a lot.
that's the lowest perception I think Jacinto's ever rolled.
He rolled a 4.
So you're gonna find some stuff, and it's a pretty long. So you find those frames on the wall. Those aren't worth anything, and they're awful.
They're awful. We're leaving them there.
But the Foot Locker is filled with oddments, and they look to have been collected over the years from victims. A fair number are historical in nature. There's old data pads, star charts, etchings of vast rock formations and dolmens, accompanied by maps, several pamphlets discussing a forgotten school of magic known as alchemic, spelled with far too many Y's, and a fine holo
Really?
painting depicting a city carved from a vast frozen waterfall with towering ice cathedrals and domes. This painting by itself is worth 2,000 credits. Near the bottom of the footlocker, there's a datapad engraved with 2 entwined snakes, one red, one green, with 3 spell chips slotted into it. Share memory, benevolent synesthesia, and synaptic pulse. A second datapad is old, not as old as some of the things you found in the various ruins on Sandpoint, but old and beautifully filigreed that contains a data set containing numerous illustrations and is titled The Serpent's Tane Fairy Tales of the Eldest. If you are to peruse that, you would find out that the tales of the Tane tells you that they are the most feared group of notorious fae known as the Twisted. Goliaths of war and madness, dreamt and stitched into being by the eldest. The Tane are said to be terrible to behold, and the stories speak of them stumbling into mortal lands where they ravage local populations by creating firestorms, crushing fortifications with their feet, eating dragons. Specific Tane described include monstrous creatures like the Jabberwock, a thing of scales, fire, and crushing fury. The Thrasphere, also known as the Dreaming Hill of the Dark, a chimeric monster wrapped in chains that the book claims took part of the 3,000-year War of the Eldest. And the Sard, the Storm of Insanities, a thing of bows and briars and misery, an ancient witchwood elm given life and hate by the Eldest. This is a rare data set worth 500 credits. If you hold on to it, it will give you a +4 to any mysticism check that relate to the Tane or the Eldest. And there is finally a slim black datapad that's locked, unlike most of the other datapads you've come across. Yes.
Not anymore.
Yes, you did get past the lock screen, and you find that a lot of the data is inconsequential, but a large portion of the storage medium is actually secured, and you would require root access to get at it.
Okay, let's see if we can get root access. Ooh, that's only a 28.
You do not get root access. There does not appear to be any countermeasures that would damage you or delete things. It's just locked. So if you spend like another 10 minutes trying to get past that, you can try again. Also, if you want to know what alchemic is, someone can make a mysticism check.
Out of 41.
I was going to. Oh.
A 41 does get root access.
Okay.
Once root access is gained, you discover that all this data is stored in a cipher. What languages do you speak, Lahan?
That's a good question. Let me find my...
I know it's most of them, but...
It's a lot of them. I made a thing for languages. And I'm actually missing one. I need to fix that. Oh, no. No, I'm not. I have all of them here.
If you don't know it, you could show it to Jacinto, because Lahan would know Jacinto has a pronk ton of languages at this point.
Okay, sorry, I'm reading through this mess of languages. Give me
I have
one
Common,
moment.
Castrobellian, Triaxian, Goblin, Yosoki, Shirin, Elven, Abyssal, Akatonian, Kasatha, New Thessalonian, Draconic, Aklo, Infernal, and Aslanti.
Okay, so you actually see that this cipher is made up of Draconic, Elven, Infernal. You would
Have
need
all those
to,
languages.
and I'm going to tell you as the player, you will need to devote days of time to decode the data, and you're going to have to pass a culture check to decode it.
Okay.
And you will not be able to decode it if you don't speak all 3 of those languages.
I do.
So yes, you can, but I don't know if anyone else was having the idea of aiding you. They would also need to speak those languages to aid
Jacinto,
you.
do you have those languages?
That was going to be my question. I only have Infernal of those 3. Yeah. Surprising.
Yeah, and you can do that mysticism check if you would like.
Okay. Mysticism. That is a 30 for alchemic.
Okay, so you're digging through this data on the wonders of alchemic, and you very quickly realize it's just a bunch of phlegm. It's actually nothing. Someone was just spreading misinformation.
Fake news!
Well, that's fine. Jacinto's already awesome enough. He doesn't need to discover a long-dead magical tradition. It's fine.
So you have that data that you could potentially discover, but it will take, I will tell you, 2d4 days to decode it, and then a check at the end.
Okay.
We can do it with traveling somewhere. Be a good downtime activity.
Yeah.
It's true.
All right. Well,
that's
we'll
everything in that room.
pocket the data pad.
Yeah, Jacinto will similarly take the data pad with the 2 entwined snakes, because those are all mystic spells. Synaptic Pulse is pretty cool in a pinch. And he'll then plug in that data set on the second data pad if I can transfer. I mean, I could just hold on to that data pad, actually. It's not a big deal. I could just hold on to that as a separate thing, and it's a data set, and cool.
Yeah.
Cool beans. Well, that's a lot of information that the judge was... Should we tell the authorities about this place? We should tell the authorities, right? This place is really pronked up. Like, there's like 10 people's faces just hanging on that wall, and I can't stop thinking about it. We should probably tell the authorities once we leave this place, yeah?
I mean,
I think if we do tell them, we should give them an anonymous tip, since I don't know if our authority as sheriffs in Sandpoint transfers to Magnamar.
I wouldn't think it would. Definitely. I don't wanna spend any more time in the slammer than I can help it. So yeah.
agreed.
No, anonymous
And
tip
they've
sounds
obviously
great.
paid off someone in a position of authority. So
It's true.
since they didn't answer the door
mean,
for Space OSHA.
They had the mayor, the judge.
Yeah.
To be fair, Justice Ironbriar is one of the 12 justices.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then he's probably towards the top, but that also means that maybe there will be somebody in the justices that didn't like Justice Ironbriar, and some sort of political intrigue that they'll be like, yeah, let's totally take down his legacy. We'll find somebody. To tell about this.
The authorities will probably come to investigate anyway when he doesn't show up for work.
But which authorities? The ones that were in his pocket, or the good guys?
I mean, how can we be sure our tip will get to the good guys?
Yeah.
The most useful thing we can do is figuring out what the siblings are doing and taking them down.
Agreed.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Should we check the attic?
Yeah.
Yes. Let's go find those drones.
See if Melody was telling us the truth.
Okay.
On the way up, Jacinto will...
Go ahead.
Jacinto will boop Artanya and sort of, pat him a little bit. Say, hey, so that was you came pretty close to passing out back there. You didn't look good, and that scared me. So, I'm glad that you're okay. And he just sort of like, puts his little plant head on him for a minute.
Artanya's little tentacle pseudopods will reach out, encircle your waist in a hug, and then firmly seat his back and just stay wrapped around your waist. Like he's just hugging you and making you stay with him. You're his security blanket.
Yay. Jacinto pats him again and then, all right, off we go. And rides away on his Eldritch Horror monstrosity.
Cool. And I actually do
so
have
much.
a little map for the attic area, but it's just a square room. There's nothing visually impressive about it, so I'm not going to worry about that. But I will describe it. There's a metal cabinet sitting against the northern wall here. The doors are made of iron mesh. Inside, perched there are 3 powered-down raven-shaped drones. There's a table nearby holding a charging station for batteries and a stylus, as well as a touch screen for transmitting messages to the drones.
Can we steal the drones and turn them into our drones? Hey, Lahan, is it possible to hijack those drones and make them work for us?
Possibly.
Drones.
Can we hijack those drones?
All right. Yeah, I mean they're the equivalent to having like a manufactured animal messenger spell. So you have 3 little messenger drones. You can use the stylus and the little screen to transmit a message to them, and I'm sure you could find a way to just do that with your comm or whatever. And they'll go an X amount of distance, and for some reason I didn't put a price down because I didn't think you'd be interested in them. I was foolish. But with that computer's check, you also learn that they have a log of their GPS coordinates in them, and if you check those GPS coordinates against like the station map, it is pointing you to the orrery, the shadow orrery. Which, if you're not familiar with that term, that is like a mechanical representation of the solar system for people listening, because I had an image of that. I did not know the actual term for that, and I looked it up. It's like a clockwork solar system.
Oh man, it's kind of like
That's
the
cool.
observatory from Avatar, Last Airbender.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. In Wan Shi Tong's library.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
First
Cool
edition.
beans.
Very nice.
Well, now we have the
Very
coordinates,
nice.
so we can track down this Mistress character.
Yeah. Do you know anything about the Mistress, Finn? Having been slightly involved in this cult?
No, it sounds like that she's new. I'd never heard of her. Got a different top dog back in my day. Speaking of dog, we got a dog barking behind me. Let me let her out.
All right.
Poor pupper. So neglected.
So,
sure.
never sees any love. Yeah. No, my parents' dogs are the same. They just, the 2 of them, they're just pathetic. They're despondent.
Yep. All dogs are
Sorry about that.
neglected. It's okay. We were just talking about how neglected poor Pepper is.
The 7 siblings has gone over a big overhaul semi-recently. And I suspect that this Mistress figure is responsible for it.
That can't be good.
So I've taken us to this map here. And if you'll notice that there isn't a space that says Shadow Orrery. And that's because it's located underneath the Irespan, which is basically a slum district. It's one of the older ones. It's where people first settled and then they spread out from there, and it kind of got left behind.
Okay. Well,
right.
I'm going to send Quinn home. I'm going to tell him that I will be back to check in on him, Mom, and Clint, and after we are done investigating.
Okay. And they're just going to run away. What are you going to do with that other victim? The person that was tied up?
I'm just going to let him go.
All right, they're gonna run away, crying still. They're
Okay.
not happy with their brush with near death or brush with death.
Yeah, let them go. Tell them don't get involved in cults.
Stay away from cults, man. They're bad
I just thought it was a
news.
gang, and they run away as they say, "I just thought it was a gang."
Gangs too.
Well,
stay away from gangs too.
Yeah.
They need more after-school programs in Magnamar.
Obviously.
Clearly. Okay, but we do know where the shadow orrery is.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's underneath the Ire span.
Yes.
And we've got GPS coordinates, so
all right.
It's not like we're gonna get lost. Jacinto, do you need to sleep before we go check this place out?
That fight took more out of me than normally. If I wouldn't say no to a sleep. Sleeps are great. Because I feel like we've been going for what feels like 2 months now. I might be wrong though.
We checked the townhouse, and then we went to I think we went straight to the mill.
Yeah, you showed up.
So yeah, Jacinto is tired. Yeah. Jacinto's tired, and he thinks y'all are weird for not being tired.
We should get some dinner and check it out in the morning.
Okay. Well,
yeah.
We're gonna get dinner and check it out in the morning. I think I might go pop in on my mom and my siblings before tomorrow as well.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Do you want any of us to go with you, Finn? Or
no, I should be all right by myself.
All right, well, keep your comm unit close in case any more of those cultists try to snatch you or anything.
Absolutely.
All right, so Finn
gonna go wander off to his mom's house.
Yeah. It's gonna be a lot of crying, a lot of what happened to you, oh my baby, force feeding you lots of home cooked food, your older brother probably punching you in the face and then hugging you, that sort of thing. I believe you have an older sister as well. She's probably crying. Again, lots of hugs. I don't feel the need to try and role play like 4 people crying.
No.
No, Jet, be 4 different people crying. Do it.
No, that's okay. I'll say as you go back, are you going to be staying? Where would you be staying, Lahan? Are you going back to the Heartbreaker to bunk overnight, or are you going? Does your family have a place that you would take them to, or?
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. Atticus is here. Yeah, we probably have a house somewhere, that Atticus is in charge of. Well, Ava, Jacinto, you guys want to meet my brother Atticus? He has some spare rooms at the family house here.
You notice Ava has gone missing.
But where did Ava go? Well, Jacinto,
whatever.
Murders on the streets.
Do you want a hot shower and some good dinner?
Your family.
It's only ever Jacinto that gets to meet your family. He's like, go to your family's houses. Everyone else avoids it.
Yeah, no, the Valdemars are going to just adopt Jacinto. He's going to be part of the family.
It feels like met your family very briefly, but I've never been in your house.
Yeah, I mean the others have met like her father and some of the siblings briefly. Jacinto's the only one that's visited the homes.
Yeah. Yeah, so we'll go find
Jacinto's a very
Atticus.
Friendly person.
Yeah, Finn has a good excuse.
and doesn't have a dark and or traumatic past. I think that's really the common thread here.
We're the wholesome characters.
So, quick question:
the edgy characters.
Do you think your family would have a house in the super rich district, or do you think they'd be a little bit more down to earth on the station and probably keep it closer to your shipyard?
It's probably closer to the shipyard because we're pretty wealthy by Sandpoint standards, but probably not by Magnamar standards. And it's sort of like a vacation home, you know. So
you're like well off by Magnamar standards, but you're not rich.
Yeah. And like,
Not like
you know,
Glove rich.
yeah. And Atticus lives there full time because he's going to university here. But yeah.
It's probably like a large condo, like a multi-level condo unit or something like that, right near the docks.
Yeah, like a
and I could see it being,
something.
I could see him being neurotic enough that maybe there's a big window that looks out over the yard, like in the living room.
Yeah, perhaps if Lahan's father picked it out, probably. Atticus has probably converted like an entire room to a library because father hasn't been there in ages.
Yes, an entire room to a library. It's a pedestal with some Bluetooth dongles that he can slot into his
it
data
has like
pad.
a Murphy bed, pulls down. Or just like a couch in the study.
I mean, sci-fi library wouldn't take much space since everything's like info.
Well, remember the House of Bluestone? I was like, it's a pedestal, and it has little like Bluetooth data chips that you can slot in, and you have to be given permission to access the data.
Yeah.
But you can't just take it with you.
It's a collection of data chips, a large collection of data chips.
There we go.
I could see that being a thing. Like you have beautiful looking data chips, and you have them.
Weird data chips.
Kind of like leather bound books.
Yeah, but they're data chips.
I have many leather bound data chips.
This is made from the tusk of a crest eater. This is made from.
That would make Jacinto so sad.
Oh.
This.
Yeah, I imagine Atticus is very, very happy to see us, and probably we tell him about the cool data pad we found with this cipher, and the three of us probably work late into the night trying to work on this cipher.
I mean, Atticus might be able to assist you.
I feel like Atticus could assist you. He's brainy enough.
Perfect.
He's brainier than Lahan. Yeah.
So.
That's brainy.
Oh man, Ninja! Now I want spinach artichoke dip. Why you do this?
So if you share the data pad with him, he'll start digging into it. He's just I'm gonna roll a check to assist you later on if you guys decide to actually dig into it. But it sounds like tomorrow morning your plan is to go to the orrery.
Yeah. Maybe I'll just leave it here with Atticus.
And I think you'll have like a pleasant evening. I feel like he would probably cook for you all.
No, we'll order something in.
We're
too busy. We're too busy studying this cipher. Order from one of the nice restaurants here on Magnamar Station. Something fancy that we can't get in Sandpoint.
Yeah.
Space Chinese food of the highest degree.
Yes.
Space sushi.
We get good space sushi.
Spooshy.
And like,
Spooshy.
And like a nice bottle of sake. Doc Dash. Yes. We get Doc Dash.
Doc Dash, yeah. Heck yeah.
I think it's funny that like your Sandpoint where you primarily live is right on the ocean. You're like, no, I need fresh space station sushi.
Oh yeah. Actually, the food in Sandpoint is probably fresher than the Magnamar food, being a space station.
Well, they probably have like hydroponics plus like the like aquariums where they raise like farm bred fish or whatever, stuff like that.
Maybe there's something that they've bred here that you can only get here.
They probably have good
compared to Sandpoint. Yeah.
At this point, simple sci-fi. They don't need to raise animals; just make it in the lab.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but the rich folks,
like lab grown diamonds.
The stuff in the lab though, it's not real, so it's worth less, much like people's perceptions of lab grown gemstones. So the rich people get the actual like living animals turned into food, and then the less rich people get the stuff that's just grown in the lab or printed or whatever.
Rich people are dumb.
And I know the map is going to say shadow clock, and I will describe what you see. But before we get into that, actually, I need Finn to roll a fortitude save because it is a new day and you still have a disease.
Oh no.
16.
Oh, you made that by 1. Actually by 2, because it's 17 with that +1 for versus disease.
I have
For your
things to say
race.
about
No,
this
it's
part of
So
the
you are
game,
now
and I'm gonna
I've
wait.
got
free of ghoul fever.
No, but anybody listening, it is ridiculous. Finn has a racial bonus against diseases and a 20 constitution. And I keep getting diseases because the dice dislike me.
At one point, Finn had 3 diseases, I think, at the same time.
It's pretty funny.
Oh my gosh.
Now, Finn will have sent a message to his comrades letting him know that he's going to sleep on his mom's couch. And I'll hook up with y'all in the morning.
Oh, you say you're going to sleep on your mom's couch. Your room, or your half of the room, because I imagine you probably shared with Quinn. I imagine you shared with Quinn. Your half of the room, pristine, untouched.
Oh. I guess I'll sleep in my own bed.
Man,
I'm also going to leave my mom with 500 of my credits.
it's a small fortune.
Yeah, she'll take that. She's not too proud to take that. All right, so you'll make your way under the Irespan. Again, it's a rough neighborhood. Finn would know this. This is the sort of neighborhood where, like, he's heard tales of this structure. It was sort of erected early on as a little bit of a monument, and then they started expanding and they started making nicer neighborhoods, and then they started just ripping things out of it because they didn't care about it anymore to use that technology elsewhere. So it stopped working. The planets are frozen. The systems are, the system being depicted as frozen in like a linear alignment, which is like a very rare thing, and it's just teetering precariously. There are people on street corners trying to get you to bet money and be like, hey, when do you like, and it's like it's kind of like a Deadpool. People are trying to get people to bet money on when is the tower going to collapse and how many people are going to die when it collapses.
Dig
it.
I want to place a bet on today for
Okay.
10,000 credits.
Make you say that, Lahan? Come
on. Yeah, write that down. 10,000 credits. The tower collapsing today, and then they want to know if you're going to bet on how many people die when it collapses.
No, it's meta knowledge. I can't actually make a bet. No.
The only person with 10,000 credits is Ava. You'd have to talk Ava into bet it.
Oh no, you guys are sitting on a bunch of money. I've been handing out credits like crazy.
Well,
you have, and this character doesn't need weapons or armor really, so I gotta start looking at like cool augments that I can get for Jacinto, like cool things like that.
Yeah, I should really do some shopping.
Or some like the utility items that are way more expensive than you expect them to be, like the laser that can cut through glass, or like an inch of steel that's like 400 credits.
Yeah,
and it only cuts a hole that's like 1 inch in diameter.
Yeah.
And you just pop the window out.
Yeah, there's some cool magic and hybrid items that I should look into as well.
Yeah. So
probably time for a bigger, badder gun.
Yeah. So this tower is about 180 feet tall. It's the whole contraption at the top is very close to the bottom of the Irespan, actually. And it's leaning kind of precariously, a little bit of, it's not perfectly straight anymore. It's kind of doing a leaning Tower of Pisa sort of thing. And it's cordoned off, but it looks like the cordon's been there for a decade. And there's nothing, like no real barrier to stop you. It's like literally like stanchions with line.
We duck underneath.
Yep. That's where we need to go to get the orrery, correct?
Yeah. I believe I have moved the ribbon, so you should be in front of it. The base of the tower is directly to your north, and you might be able to see the beautiful art that Paizo did of this very precarious tower. Just think of that, but more sci-fi and with a solar system on the top. Beneath the solar system, coming out from behind that, there's in this artwork, this precarious tower has an angel statue at the top. That angel statue is there. And the center spoke that the solar system revolves around comes out of the tower just behind it. And that angel is very precariously balanced. It looks as though they are looking down upon the streets below in a very predatory fashion with how aggressively they are leaning out.
How high is the tower?
180 feet.
That's tall.
Anybody else got a jetpack?
tower.
I got a jetpack.
I have
Everyone knows.
I have jump jets.
Oh, we should go buy you a jetpack. We got credits.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Jump jets are pretty cool. Sorry, jetpacks are also pretty cool. Maybe I will look into that. It's only like 3,000 credits.
Yeah, I think it's 3,100 credits.
Yeah, that's a pittance for the ability to fly.
Yeah, and then we could go up to the top.
Oh, you're suggesting we do this right now?
Mm-hmm.
You can. You can totally do that. That's hilarious.
I
didn't even think about you guys buying jetpacks.
I mean, everyone knows the bad guy is always at the top of the tower.
I'm not arguing against it. You don't have to fight your way through a tower because this is obviously like a dungeon type scenario.
If I'm not buy jetpacks, I'm not. I mean,
Han's got 23 intelligence.
I've always, the ability to fly would be pretty cool.
You don't even need a jetpack. You don't even need a jetpack. You ride Artania. Artania can fly now.
Oh, yeah.
You're right.
All right, does everybody else have?
Does your armor support a jetpack?
I mean, looking at our party loot, Ava's pronking loaded right now.
I want to know if her armor has enough upgrade slots. I want to know if her armor can support a jetpack.
Oh, I see.
Let me look.
Leif, you look like you're thinking very hard.
Looking.
Like Jeopardy music.
To be determined. Go ahead and figure something else out.
Well, what? Confused now.
But
Leif is looking.
Yeah.
To see.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
A jetpack takes up one slot.
Right.
Ninja has posted, of course, the Strix mobility graft.
You could go in for body augmentation surgery.
What's the Strix mobility graft?
It's funny. It is the same exact cost as what Nick just quoted for the jetpack. It's 3,100 credits. It's a level 5 augment. It's almost like they took the jetpack and said,
just
"Hey,
made it
you now have
wings."
wings instead of an armor upgrade." Yeah. So the Strix are known for their massive feathery wings. They're bird people, right? If you don't know. And you have a similar pair of appendages attached to your back now. This grants you an extraordinary fly speed of 30 feet with average maneuverability, though it does decrease your land speed by 10 feet due to your wings' size and bulk.
Now you should check this because the hidden truth is not always right.
I would say the same of Nethys, though. Nethys was pretty slow to get the errata up, whereas Hidden Truth had the errata up, like, much faster.
True, but that's because Nethys is built off of Paizo's API. So it really was that Paizo didn't put it up, not that.
Well, I still know who I was going to right after the errata went up. But
Fair.
I understand. Yeah, I mean, that sounds legit. Like, that is the Strix's racial ability.
It's correct. I pulled up Alien Archive 4.
Yeah.
I mean,
it slows your land speed down though, and I know you wear heavy armor. You could just buy a jetpack. It's one armor slot, and it doesn't slow you down.
And it's much more unobtrusive. It's less obtrusive. Is that obtrusive? It has to be a word. But
I am kind of super into the idea of getting wings. Then I could just upgrade my legs some more to make me faster again.
Didn't we buy you the much better legs? Didn't we already give you like plus 20 to your land speed? I don't remember.
No, I've got the basic ones. It's plus 10. I'd have to upgrade them again to get the plus 20.
Okay. Well, looking at our party loot, you can't afford both right now.
No.
But if you want wings, far be it from me to tell you not to get wings.
I mean, but if it's like same price for wings as it is for a jetpack, like why not wings?
Yeah.
I could be a flying boy.
You could. I just wanted to caution you because I know very early on when you started wearing heavy armor, you were a little frustrated because it decreased your movement speed. That's the only reason I cautioned you about it. But you also could just fly at people, I guess. Just straight line fly.
Yeah, which is pretty boss.
Well, I have a fly speed of 30 feet. That's fair. I could just never walk again.
Well,
not exactly.
Minor provisos, caveats, and provisions. But yeah, no. Flying's pretty cool.
So
what about Ava? Does Ava want to get a jetpack?
Or does Ava want to get wings?
Ava doesn't like the idea of going just straight to the top and bypassing everything.
But yeah, voted.
Split the party.
We had to...
Yeah, I don't think Ava likes the idea of flying without flying in general either.
I mean, that's fair, but everybody in this area is taking bets on when it will collapse.
Not a super safe tower.
Yeah.
It would be nice to be able to fly in case it does collapse on us.
Yeah, that too. But also, going to the top allows us to assess the structural integrity.
I suppose after some convincing and much against her better judgment, she will go and pick up a jetpack.
Yeah.
All right.
You can do that. Yeah.
So I don't know who. So probably when we're shopping for jetpacks, I think someone's going to mention the fact that like you do body augments, and Finn wants to get wings.
And then we send Finn into surgery for 5 hours.
5 hours of surgery.
Well, we go to the all-you-can-eat buffet.
Because it is 1 hour. Because it is 1 hour per level of the augment.
Yeah.
Level 5 augment. So you guys go to the buffet. You eat a lot. You relax. Finn's having their dermis on their backs split open and new musculature and bones grafted on. What color wing do you like? Because you can get these. They're designer.
Oh man.
They can be mechanical or organic too.
Red would go the best. Because I'm like kind of gray and I got red eyes. They match my eyes. I think red feathery wings.
Ooh, red feathery wings. I'm sorry, I talked over you.
Yeah, and it like Nick said, they can be organic or mechanical in nature. Or I imagine like a fusion of the two, like a techno-organic.
Oh no, I think just like red feathery wings, kind of like what's his face from My Hero Academia?
I know who you're talking about. Can't think of their name, but yeah. All right, so someone got wings. A bunch of people got. One person got a jetpack. Someone already had a jetpack, I think, and someone's gonna ride their spider. And you're flying to the top.
Without a jetpack. Gotta have a jetpack. The first armor upgrade I ever buy.
Party Wealth, can somebody tweak mine to subtract how much I spent? Because like, because now I had 900 credits and I spent 500. You guys were saying I had enough credits for that, but I don't know how it all works out.
So the easiest way to manipulate the sheet is to just turn that into an equals. I'll do it, but I'll just talk you through what I'm doing as well. Equals 422, your current credits, minus 3,100. Okay. And then you'll see in projected wealth, it's it's reflected there. So yeah. You're basically, it's like, you're spending credit that's then going to get balanced out later. It equals the same thing.
I just want to make sure it's
Kosher.
yeah.
Absolutely.
And I need to make a dice roll because some of you are flying up with jetpacks, and that makes noise.
If you say so.
So speed start 30 again.
I imagine
think
it has
so.
some noise.
I think jetpacks are noisy.
I'm not saying they're like, but there's got to be some sort of noise.
A force pack probably would be quiet, like the level 9 armor upgrade that gives you a fly speed. Because that's magical flight.
It's magical flight. That's true.
This is mechanical flight.
I'm going to shift something to a different layer. You fly up, and I'll have to shift back to the token layer. And pull up my outline.
Brother. Next time he sees me, I'm gonna have wings.
Yeah. All right. So when you get to the top, you realize that the northwest corner of it is sort of busted up, and there's been a ramshackle sort of staircase connecting a couple floors, like tack welded on, like very precariously. So you can sort of see into a couple levels, and you see there's like a level that has 4 I don't know, I'm drawing a blank, 4 bells. And then the level above that, it's full of like gears and clockwork and stuff like that. And then the top level where the angel sits and then the post comes up that everything pivots around, you see in one corner inside underneath the angel, you see a set of foot lockers pushed against a wall. In the southeast corner, you see a big pile of silk cushions and stuff like that, and you also see something sort of large and undulating in those cushions, and you see some like sort of flowing hair. And I'm going to shift Z so you can get a little bit of a better look at the token, and then I actually have a handout so you can see the whole body. I just
That's a pretty
need
cool
to...
token.
Why did I hide it from myself?
Don't know.
Oh, it's also a Lorg token, mechanically speaking. Very Lorg. Large.
Oh, large. Yes.
Lorg.
It is a large entity, and they look like that.
Ooh.
Spooky.
And as you sort of land, their head snaps to you. They're not surprised. We're going to go into initiative. But they don't have jump on you, if that makes sense. Like,
yeah. Both of us are surprised to see each other here, I think.
Like, yeah. She's kind of reclining and luxuriating in her cushions, holding a trident.
Hey, for once my initiative
Lounge
is
is holding
bad.
a trident. You must be evil if you're lounging while holding a trident.
Yeah.
Because nobody with good intentions.
And she's just really excited to have it. Like, have you ever gotten something you're really excited to have and you're just like, yeah, I'm going to touch this forever?
So, Jet, are we going to start in the room here, or?
Yeah, you can sort of start on that edge.
Why is the room this deep red?
It's because your dark vision is overlapping. I'm just going to light up. I'm just going to light up the map. Is what I'm going to do. Unless you want it to be deep red.
No, I super don't. It's really hard to tell what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, the color dark vision only works well when you only have a couple of characters with it.
I'm just turning dynamic lighting off. Actually, no. Turn it on. I'm going to turn daylight mode on. Does that fix things?
Yes.
That's much better.
Yes.
All right.
Can we get a description of the room too? We know the lady looks like, but I'm curious what we're looking at room-wise.
All right. So this is a smoky, filthy rooftop. The smoky, filthy rooftops of this is the underbridge area. This district is the underbridge. It's sprawling beneath this building. It's a dizzying perch. There's a conical roof supporting an onyx statue. That angel is onyx. Behind her is that spire that comes up, and then the solar system would rotate around where it's functioning piece of machinery. Statue is weathered, caked with grime. She seems demonic in countenance almost as you get closer and notice this. And at the far end of the hollow space under the roof, in the angel's shadow, is this nest of cushions that I described, with like silk sheets and wall hangings, and this individual sort of lounging and undulating in there, along with those footlockers.
Along with those what?
Those footlockers. There are 7 footlockers along the west wall.
Right. Okay. 7 footlockers. Interesting. Do I see? Could it be, Jet? Did I win the initiative roll?
You did.
Goodness gracious me. This never happens to Jacinto. He's always a very slow boy. So Jacinto is going to immediately begin summoning. Because this seems like a good situation to do it in. With this large creature who looks super scary. Also, could he perhaps identify what kind of creature this might be, or person, or
Mysticism.
thing? You know I like mysticism. If it pertains to the Tane, that's a +1.
It is
25.
not Tane, and you're not sure what this is.
Oh,
Oof.
that's no good.
Oof. That was a 25. That's not a bad roll. I mean, it was a bad roll on the D20, but that's not a bad result for level 7. But, all right. Yeah, definitely summoning. Definitely summoning a really scary thing. It's going to be great.
All right.
And, we're not going to send our Tanya in yet. My turn is over.
All right. Finn, what would you like to do?
I'm going to grab my gauntlet, grab my moat and turn it into a gauntlet. I'm going to photon attune. And so this is a large creature? How tall is it?
It fills up a 10-foot by 10-foot space. Right now it's sort of narratively reclining, but it's in that corner already. It's not prone. You very easily could see it. It decides to go into sort of a threat posture like a serpent rising up, and it would be about 10 feet tall.
Okay. I'm not super familiar with fly rolls, so I guess I'm gonna walk. 130 either way.
As long as you land at the end of your movement, it's pretty simple. So if you just want to fly forward 30 feet.
I'm gonna fly up and I'm gonna come land by this guy with my gauntlet out.
The one weird thing is that going up takes 10 feet for every 5 feet you go. And coming down takes 5 feet for every 10 feet you go.
Well, it's a double move, and I've got extra move to spare, so not a big.
Sometimes.
And that's my turn.
Okay. Finn, you had to get so close. You and your jetpacks. I had a battle plan. I even made notes this time to fix my mistakes from last episode. This is great, actually.
Any character with high int should know, go to the top of the tower, because that is where the big bad will be.
I'm not upset. I'm not upset. It's just funny.
Also, you should know that anytime I have a caster who comes across the tower, that's the first thing they suggest. Like, just across the board. That's what I do.
I mean, there were rules in there for if you decided to climb the side of the tower to get to the top. You flying isn't that much.
Flight is so much easier in Starfinder. So cheap.
But, yeah. Well, Han, it's your turn. You see a big serpent-bodied woman.
This is the top of the tower, right? Like, this is the roof?
The statue is above you. You're kind of inside, like, the domed part of the roof, if that makes sense.
Inside?
Like, it's like you're in the attic, basically.
Okay.
Statue. They showed the statue because the support for the statue is coming up through the middle of the room, sort of.
All right. Lahan will move. Heck. Not that way. So Lahan will kind of bounce around the side of the statue and combat track that bad. And that'll be my turn.
All right, Ava.
Ava, as she landed, like already knew that thing was there, just kind of sensed it, and so she like lands in a running like dance. Oh, hold on. Oh god. And just runs on up to here, and as she runs, she draws one of her shurikens and lets it fly at the serpent. 26 to hit KAC for 24 damage.
That will meet.
For 24 damage, piercing damage.
And she hisses at you and lashes her tail out.
Ava hisses back.
Yeah, you are becoming reptilian. It's now her turn. And she is going to move 10 feet. That provokes an attack of opportunity.
I do lack of opportunity. Gauntlet, where's my gauntlet? There it is.
Oof.
Was it a good oof or a bad oof? I can't see my well. Oh, 20.
It's a 20. That will miss.
It's a good damage roll.
Oh.
And as after that movement and that miss from Finn, she starts chanting in New Thessalonian of all things, or something that sounds like New Thessalonian. I know you speak it. We're casting a spell.
Okay.
It sounds like something from an older era. And she points her trident at the more vulnerable looking members of the group that are attacking her. And a bead of compressed plasma sails in front of Artania. And then it detonates. And I need reflex saves.
I'm going to lose my spell.
From everybody?
From Artania, from Jacinto, and from Lahan, as a massive explosion tears this northern wall out of the tower. None of you make it.
Really now?
This is gonna be bad. I scaled this threat up.
Oh no!
Bad.
I rolled a 15 on the die.
You scaled this up? This is like the most dangerous fight I think I have ever encountered in Pathfinder ever, and you scaled it up?
I scaled it up.
Oh my god.
All right, give us the damage.
I will give you the damage. I actually have to type it out.
I was waiting to say this until like after, but
36 fire damage.
Well, fuck. I mean, Pronk.
I only have. Why do I only my token is not linked to my sheet?
It must be that your last token on your last sheet you fixed it, and for some reason me linking it didn't take.
What?
I think we had a problem with your token on the other map, and you fixed it, and I thought I linked it.
I'm not worried about it right now. That is not something that we should fix in the middle of combat. I was more just pointing it out because I'm salty about losing my pronking spell slot. Because when a spellcaster takes any kind of damage in Starfinder, because spellcasting is so powerful in this system, the spellcaster just loses it to balance it out. I'm not salty at all. It's fine.
You don't get to do
Jacinto spell sizzles.
No, concentration.
No, there's no such thing as a concentration check in this system.
Well, that sucks.
All right. It is.
Yeah.
You
It is your turn.
You have to take feats.
And the feats are worthless because you're not going to make it anyway. Jacinto loses his spell slot. Yeah. Like I had to roll. I rolled a 15 on the die, and I didn't make that save. So like what feats aren't going to help. Regardless, moving on. Jacinto. No, it's fine.
I targeted the more vulnerable looking group. Like it would be an entirely.
No, what you did made sense. I just hate it. So Jacinto mutters under his breath, "That was a 3rd level spell slot. I'm not gonna pull punches here and say that I wasn't going to summon a 3rd level creature. That was so honor system. Jacinto casts a 1st level spell now. Defrex Hardiness on Artania, and then he is going to give Artania a move to give Artania a standard to attack. No, that's probably not the best thing to do. Jacinto will instead use his move action to activate the Song of the Spheres. Why did Artania just lose? Oh, thank you. I forgot. I forgot to take it off of Artania. Sorry, and I forgot to take it off of me too. Sorry, I hate that my turn is taking so long and I haven't done anything.
Totally fine, Tom.
No, that's not what I'm crying about. I'm crying because I don't have a backup character.
Oh, I have tons of backup characters.
I am not the most adept tactically. I have to brute force things with you folks. You'll be fine, I'm sure. You just destroy most of the bad guys.
No. Song of Spheres is up. Everybody gets 3 rounds of +1 to hit and +1 to damage and +1 against fear saving throws, I think, on that last one. And I end my turn.
Okay. Finn, you just saw this creature slither away from you, narrowly avoid a punch from you, and then hurl a ball of plasma at your allies.
I'm like in a weird spot. Am I within 5 feet of it still?
Yeah, the grid's not quite matching up. You are 100%.
Yeah, so I can like actually be in that square then. I'm going to continue photon attuning. No, it's not going to let me do that. Okay, I'm just going to remember that I actually am within 5 feet of it. That's fine.
I moved it for you. Yeah.
Let's see. Since I didn't hit last time, I'm going to try to hit it, but I'm only going to try to punch it once. Dang it. All right.
I will miss.
Man. She's not having any luck. Well, since it blew this corner out of the building, ever so conveniently, I'll fly 20 feet back out here. 5 feet over this way. Since there's no more corner in the building. Heck you.
Yeah.
You just gave me a nice spot to fly.
Squiggles represent demolished walls.
And then I will take a shot. We recharged batteries. I'm certain.
I'm assuming you did.
23 to hit EAC.
That will hit EAC.
Oh, thank goodness. 19 electric and fire damage.
19. Ooh, I don't like that.
That's
an owie.
Good. Good.
Sorry, making notes.
Oh man, I should have shifted so I could have given Artania flanking.
Ava, it is your turn.
It's not a problem.
You know, Ninja, that's not a bad idea.
Wow, max damage is a lot.
Oh, yeah, that super doesn't hit. That super doesn't hit, and as you do, you feel like a joy, a savage joy, as though some sort of thirst or hunger is being satiated, pulsing up your arms, Ava. -36. That hurts a lot. You all were so scared just because of that one thing.
I mean, I was scared. I was scared before we even came here.
And you've done a big hurt on it. It looks very hurt.
I'll take a few actions to let my allies know that my photon explosion is almost done charging.
Fair. The creature is going to full attack Ava. It's going to rise up and strike out with its trident twice at Ava, and then lash out with its tail at Finn. What is your KAC, Finn?
Hang on. Roll 20 is loading.
I've got a 32 and a 23.
A 32 definitely hits me.
Yes.
23 does too. You give me both times.
All right. So you're going to take 26 from the first strike and 30 from the second.
Dang.
Oh, no, wait, no. Ava got targeted by the first one. I apologize. The tail was coming at Finn. Ava, I'm assuming a 32 hits you. I know the 23 misses you, so 26 damage coming at Ava.
What kind?
Piercing. And then the tail slap at Finn will be a 21 versus KAC.
Meets.
21 damage. And it's Jacinto's turn.
All right. Let's see. Oh, predict foe is a spell that I have. Nah.
Predict foe is pretty good.
If Tanya can bite and run, that'd be ideal so I can explode this guy without murdering our Tanya.
You only have a 10-foot radius, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Artani's fine. He's on the other side of the creature, which is 10 feet.
I was gonna scoot away from Ava.
Oh, I see. Oh, which direction? Because this is a statue.
Oh,
Yeah,
heck.
sure.
I just have to wait around.
The ever-present
Delay until after Ava moves.
problem
I'll
with
pull
being
back until
Solarian.
after Ava gets out of my way.
Yeah.
And don't forget your
Jacinto.
damage.
Let's see. Jacinto is going to cast Predict Foe, because this is one that I haven't used before. So you reach into the target's mind, extracting a sense of its immediate intentions for the duration, which is concentration up to 1 round per level. You can warn a creature the target intends to attack, providing that creature with concealment against the attack.
Oh, no.
So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's concealment. It's like a 20% miss chance. It's not too bad.
Still pretty good.
So then Jacinto will tell Artania to strike at the creature, person, thing, and Artania bites. +1 to both of these rolls. It doesn't matter. That's a 14 to hit. So, yeah. That's my turn. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Finn.
No, Lapis is letting the dog go in, but she said that she was going to delay till after Ava.
Okay. I missed that. So it would be Lahad if Finn is delaying till after Ava.
Well, I was going to, I wasn't going to delay, I was just going to hold.
Okay.
Has the same effect.
yes.
Except for hold, you have to specify an action.
So really, you do
trigger
want to
is.
delay.
Instead of putting myself down in the initiative.
No, holding moves you down the initiative as well.
Yeah.
Oh, can't you just announce something with the trigger and then it doesn't move you in the initiative?
They both move.
No,
you.
it still moves you.
Oh, okay.
Finder.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, I will take a shot. I'll take an action at move action to hover, and then shoot.
Okay. All right.
So 22 to hit AC.
This is my 1. I believe you might have.
Well, we have a +1.
Yeah, take it.
Shades said good luck. I need a +1 for moving this weekend myself. Thanks, Shades. Which makes it a 23 to hit the AC.
It does. It does. And I take 14 damage. And
14 electric and fire.
It makes me unhappy.
Makes me very
Makes me
happy.
super
So
happy.
I pass my turn to Ava.
Ava, go.
You all assume too much of Ava to be a team player, but I'm not just going to screw you over by doing that. So I'll fly up 15 feet and attack.
If you didn't get out of my way, I just assume you're okay with being blown up because you got fire resistance.
27 definitely hits. 23 damage. This is unpleasant. All right. Finn, it is your go. Ava has just gone.
All right. That sucked,
Oh.
but it gets a reflex save.
+2, 1 for the Song of the Spheres and 1 for Photon Attune.
Yeah, but still, sucky damage.
So I got a 33 reflex save.
Yeah,
So half.
all day long.
Half is going to be 11.
I rolled very high on the die,
11.
and then there's a
That
big
is
bonus.
terrible. That's like no damage.
So
Okay.
23, 22, so 11 damage.
Yeah, that's terrible. Carry on.
Wow.
No
Ouch.
damage.
And it's her turn. And you broke into her home, and she lashed out at you, and she hurled fire at you. And then these two beefy people just started pounding the crap out of her, the flame out of her.
I haven't even hit her yet.
You hit her repeatedly. You do a lot of damage when you hit.
No, I missed both times. I haven't hit her once.
Well, you hit her with the fire, and Ava hit her, and she's been hit repeatedly. She is very low on hit points.
Twice.
Yeah.
All right, so
actually...
the big bad monster has taken damage. Yes.
Yes. Now, I haven't had to do this. How does it wants to move past Artania, but there's only 5 feet of clear movement?
I don't know if it
Is there a
can.
way to do that?
I don't think you can move to an enemy square.
It could technically squeeze,
Yeah,
right?
which is it's difficult terrain, effectively. That's twice
So it'd be
damage.
10 feet to enter, and then would it be 10 feet to exit?
No.
I think it's 10 feet. I believe squeezing is 10 feet to enter.
I think you're entangled
and you take
while
a
you're
minus
squeezing.
2 AC, which could be because of entangled.
Looking it up now.
Thank you, Tom. I appreciate that.
Of course. Squeeze. In some cases, you can squeeze through or into a space that is at least half as wide as your normal space. While squeezing, you have the entangled condition, which includes moving at half your speed. So you're moving at half your speed. I don't think it counts as difficult terrain, but it's the same difference, so to speak.
Yeah,
You're moving at half your speed while you're squeezing.
And then entangled.
You move at half
half
speed, you cannot run or charge.
Minus 2
Minus
penalty.
2 to AC. Okay, so squeezing is going to happen. That's 10.
This is also going to earn 3 attacks of opportunity.
It is. This is very dangerous.
Out of minus 2 to AC.
At a minus 2 to AC. It is very dangerous.
Very dangerous.
So
Bold move,
let's get those 3 attacks of opportunity and see if they survive this before I do anything else.
That is a 23 from Artania.
You know, I don't think I have... No, I do.
Oh, okay. Finn, you want to make an attack of opportunity on this creature?
I do not have Song of the Spheres turned on. That's a 21 to hit.
21 will miss. Finn.
Even with flanking?
Well, 21 would become 23, so that would still miss. KAC was 26.
Your KAC is 26?
That's less than Ava's or matching.
Jeez, crazy. That's just a big difference. I'm just surprised because it's a huge difference between EAC and KAC.
Yeah, 23 and 26.
That's not that surprising for bruisers.
I guess.
Yeah.
And
also I would have had a 23 EAC if I had flanking. Do I have flanking?
Yes. Oh, was that EAC?
Yeah, I'm attacking with the Doshko.
Did you apply the negative?
Oh, yeah, that would hit.
Well, Tanya was attacking because Tanya would have gotten to attack while it was squeezing.
Artania. Well, if Artania's doing
23 versus KAC, just short by 1.
Yeah. For some reason, I thought the Dashko still targeted KAC and not EAC. That's sorry, my bad. So that would hit for 26 damage. Oh no! You bring it down to exactly 0 hit points.
Aha!
Oh wow!
I don't know what to do in this situation because they're like either they kill it or it runs away.
Sounds dead to me.
Well, then you kill it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's dead.
You as the GM don't have to tell us that it dropped to 0. You could be like, "Oops, it died."
Yeah, well, it's As it turns around to run away, Artania goes and latches and tries to latch on and is ineffectual. Finn misses with their punch, and Ava just right through the back and out the chest, ending this creature's existence. And
Huzzah!
Judy, not at the moment, baby.
Oh man, I was scared.
Yeah.
I mean, it had a boatload of hit points. It had a boatload. It had some scary abilities, but a lot of its scariness is predicated on it hearing you coming up from the lower levels and being alerted to your presence. There were like 4 buff spells that were going to be active. It was going to be standing by with a ready action to do a thing. None of that happened because you were like, I'm flying up.
High-end characters. This first thing my high-end characters do. Oh, it's a tower? We should go to the top.
Yeah, I'm not upset about this at all. I just was like, huh.
I was like,
yeah,
is
okay,
this metagaming? I'm like, no. Lahan knows how stories go. Zoe did the same thing. Summer did the same thing.
You just had an experience with a warehouse where all of the bad things were on the top. You know?
It's a trope. It's a pronking trope.
But it is 16 minutes to the hour. I can show you your loot, and I can let you know that this was the final fight. This was the boss fight, as short as it was, of book 2. We'll be moving into book 3, and we've got a little bit something extra that should be happening next week, unless we want to try for it now, Leif. But I think next week might be better for it.
Agreed.
Fair enough. Let me show you. I'm assuming you're going to toss the room, is what I'm assuming.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's everything.
So on this creature's body, which you presume to be the mistress, you find this. Like, I had magic items out the butt, but it was like you were there and you were on top. And
what does that mask do?
I will tell you, but you're going to have to make mysticism checks to find out.
Yeah, so reading down the list, what does the Impaler of Thorns do, Jet? Do I need a mysticism for that?
Holy wow, that's a lot of credits.
Yeah, I'm going to assume, I'm just going to give you these things because I'm going to assume that you will eventually take them back and just spend some time on them while you're spending time on that, deciphering that code, probably.
We just take them all back to Atticus's library.
Yeah, so this is the Impaler of Thorns. This
nice light armor
is Medusa's mask. This is the Sahedron medallion.
Wow.
All right.
So this is not good audio. I realize. I apologize, dear listener. So, Jet.
Yes. Yeah. No. So I can. The Impaler of Thorns is a trident, although the official artwork for it is not a trident, which is weird. It is a level 9 trident. Does 2d8 piercing damage once per day as it makes a strike at a foe. The wielder can cause it as a free action. I forgot that bit, otherwise I would have used it. To unleash a 30-foot radius burst of despair that affects all creatures not wielding an Impaler of Thorns. Creatures affected must succeed at a DC 20 will save or become overwhelmed with sadness and despair, taking a -2 penalty to attack rolls, saving throws, ability checks, skill checks, and weapon damage rolls for 6 minutes. The target struck when this effect is triggered must also succeed at another DC 20 will save to resist becoming nauseated with despair for 1 round. That is the Impaler of Thorns.
Mean.
The Medusa's Mask is a level 11 item. Once per day, you can cast Rewire Flesh. Don't know if you're familiar with that.
Yeah. You don't have to be a caster?
Yeah, that's a nasty spell.
No, it's just a magic mask.
Huh.
It's mean.
The Sahedron Medallion. When worn, it gives you a +1 bonus to all saving throws. Once per day as a free action, you can command it to bestow false life on the wearer, which I know false life doesn't exist in Starfinder, but I've made it exist. It's a if it were to be a spell, it would be a standard action, but as this said, free action. Duration 5 hours, personal, and it gives you 10 temporary hit points.
I think we should give the medallion to probably Finn. You don't already have 2 magic items. So you're a frontliner? You're a little bit squishier than Ava?
Is he squishier than Ava?
I'm just easier to hit.
Yeah.
And for these, and Zanesha also had like a key card. And if you look at those footlockers, you'll notice that they're locked. The key card will unlock them, and you will find this inside. And this is 15,400 UPBs, 21,000 credits worth of jewelry and gemstones, 4 Mark II healing serums, a jump jet armor upgrade, and something called a dented casa, which is a conical helm of battered metal. It has a storied history. Helmets of this sort belong to veteran warriors of ages past, each dent representing a potentially mortal blow. The casa deflected. You wear the casa by incorporating it into part of your armor's headwear. The helmet counts as a worn magic item unless you install it in armor, taking up 1 upgrade slot. While wearing the dented casa, you gain a +2 enhancement bonus to saving throws against critical hit effects. And in addition, when you take a critical hit, you can spend 2 resolve points as a reaction to negate the resulting extra damage and critical hit effect. When you do so, the casa gains a new dent, scratch, or other mark signifying this event.
I love the dented casa so much. It is such a cool item.
And as you're tossing the room, there's a perception check to find something, but it's so low, it will be found. You find a data pad with a cracked screen in the southwest corner of the room, and it's not locked. It's effectively not locked. The DC Lahan could break in her sleep. There's no chance that
Han looks at it and unlocks. Just gives it a stern look.
And what you find is some digital correspondence, and it says, "My sister, I trust your little band of murderers is doing well, gathering the greedy souls for our Lord's rise. Has Magnamar proven to be as sinful as you'd hoped? It may interest you to know that my plan to nurture greed here in this backwater has blossomed. The quality of greed in a soul is so much more refined when it's given the proper care. Are you still simply carving the rune on them as they expire? How crude. My method of marking is so much more elegant. In any event, I'm sure that your plans for harvesting greed where and when you can find it in the wild are progressing well enough. I just hope that your raw, ungroomed, and likely inferior victims don't interact poorly when mixed with the purity of my own subjects. If you tire of your little project there, know that you're always welcome to come to Turtleback Ferry and serve as my assistant little sister. Space Fortress Rannoch should be in our control by the time you receive this letter. In any event, so there will be plenty of room for you if you wish to take me up on my generous offer. Oh, before I forget, have you managed to harvest that Lord Commander yet? By all accounts, he might just be the cream of the crop in Magnamar. His soul might even rival several of my hand-grown harvest.
Huh. Cocky.
Yeah.
And it's been a little bit since we got names. And I'm just going to say this. Presumably, you would be able to figure out, because we had that big break due to holidays and whatnot, you would be able to figure out that this individual at the top of this tower, this was Zanesha.
Right.
Of course.
Okay.
Just to
and
make sure that we connected those dots.
Yeah, definitely. Okay.
Right. Interesting.
Yeah, and I actually don't have 2 magical items. I've got 1. I've got a Ring of Resistance MK1.
Well, the Sahedron amulet would be better than the Ring of Resistance, because the Ring of Resistance Mark 1 gives you a +1 bonus to 1 save, whereas the Sahedron amulet gives you a +1 to all 3.
Yeah, if you guys want to do it, right? Otherwise, we can sell it. It's whatever's clever.
Same type of bonus.
You can have 2 types of two magic items, but this one, Jet, I don't know if you meant to create the resistance type bonus on this, or if that was a holdover. But resistance bonus would stack with the bonus from the Mark 1 Ring of Resistance, because that's not a resistance bonus.
That's fine then.
Yeah.
On what?
I'm not going to stress about it.
I'll take it if you don't want to
medallion. Oh, we should not sell that. That's a really good amulet.
It goes with my my outfit and theme anyway.
You might want to worry about that, because there are such limited options for increasing your saves. To letting that stack is gonna get
I mean, it's 2 items. It's a total bonus of +2 on 1 save, which is the lowest save.
Right, but if you let it stack with the Ring of Resistance.
I mean, with the
sounds like something.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. I wasn't thinking about the Ring of Resistance, honestly, and when you first mentioned that, I was like, oh, the bonuses wouldn't stack because they're the same type of bonus.
Yeah, no, it's an enhancement bonus in Starfinder. That's what Tom was getting at.
Okay, yeah, yes. No, I intended. Yeah, we'll just go with that. They would not stack. They would just same effect.
I'm good with that.
Okay.
Yeah, I've already thrown an epic amount of credits at you. I'm going to take a point away.
So put a Ring of Resistance MK1 in our loop for selling.
Well, I'll take it.
Putting it in right now. Taking it out right now.
I don't have one yet.
As Lahan was coming back into the tower, if you look down, you saw a very large misshapen figure running out of the tower and away into the alleys, just bolting.
Hey guys, someone's running away.
Ava will fly after them.
Yeah,
that's a great closing scene right there.
Yeah, we'll end there with Ava just diving out of the tower, probably like not even deploying the little, I'm imagining little wings on the jetpack, just and then opening them and just right after him.
Yeah, and I can chase him too, because I can fly off towers too.
Yeah, actually, we all can. So.
Yeah. Jacinto hops on Artania.
Pulls out their Bluetooth speaker and starts playing Flight of the Valkyries.
See, now when things are too high for us to get, we've got a good solution. It's good that we all fly stuff. It'll be nice.
Yeah.
True. By this level, we really should all have flight anyway.
It's a good thing to have for a Starfinder character of a certain age.
Yeah.
I like wings. I think that's neat.
What we got. And I mean, we'll end on that fight, that person. I'm gonna tell you, like, I don't want to get bogged down in that next session. You could track them down and you can beat the ever-living crap out of them. They don't know anything. They're an awakened flesh golem.
Oh.
Adorned with the preserved skulls of their enemies.
Nice.
I can give you their gear. I don't. That fight is going to be less challenging than the Zanesha fight, so I don't think we need to waste time on it. Honestly, he was meant to whittle down some of your resources on your way up to her.
He's gonna drop the
okay.
bells on us is what he was gonna do.
No, he wasn't. The 3 faceless stalkers that you don't know about were going to do that, but they're hiding until you go away, and then they're running away.
If it makes you feel better, Jed, the printing press bard outsmarted this fight by, I forget how he got up, but he just like pushed the baddies off the top where they were gonna drop the bells, and they died. Just like pushed them off the supports, and I was
I don't feel bad. Like, I had fun with the fight. It just didn't go like I had a little plan. There were notes and everything, and I fully expected you to go in the bottom and come up the top, and Zanesha to be prepared. It just didn't happen, and it was great. I love that.
Yeah, you should never expect players to follow your plan. The more you plan, the less likely players are to do what you want them to.
I just didn't want to make the same mistake I made with Justice Ironbriar, where I forgot, like, oh, they had a gun full of poisons to shoot at people, and this poison was for this person, and this poison was for that person.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Nope, and the character who I was thinking of from My Hero Academia is Hawks with the red wings.
Okay.
Yes. And because I just narrated it, I think the faceless stalkers just got away, and they had pretty much nothing anyway. Here's the loot that you would have gotten from the scarecrow, because you would have caught up to them and you would have beat the crap out of them. And yeah, that's the tower. That's the final fight. We'll have something at the beginning of next episode, and maybe we'll be stepping on our way into book 3. And by the way, you all are level
9?
8.
8.
20?
8. We're level 7 right now, so we should be level 8 now if we're level 8.
You're level 8. You're level 8. I was hoping someone was going to finish it.
Level 15.
I didn't want to talk over you.
Yeah.
But so don't forget to level up, you 4. I don't know why I said you 3. And anything going on this Sunday, Nick? I don't think so.
No, this Sunday is our off week, our much deserved week of rest.
We're gonna be doing behind the scenes things, but that's not for you to see.
Yeah.
Nothing
There will be nothing.
You all is what I was gonna say.
There will be nothing to watch. We're getting ready for Series 4, which will kick off a week from Sunday. Fly for or die. Tom's in charge now. You gotta stop asking me. I'm not gonna tell you nothing no more. I'm gonna be like, I don't know. Tom's in charge.
Well, I'm going to now change my little outline that I have here.
Yeah. And then I'll have to think and talk about that. Yeah. This Sunday.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Secret things. Secret things.
Yeah, secrets. I love knowing secrets. I hate not knowing secrets. It's a tough dichotomy.
Hey, speaking of secrets, no.
And then next week we'll have level 8 players. We'll have something special that I've cooked up for Ava. And we'll possibly be stepping into book 3. Anyone else have anything to say other than thank you, Tom, for the music? Thank you, Leif, for doing sound things now. And thank you
for running for us.
Thank you, Nick, for doing the tech stuff. And thank you, Lapis, for playing with me, and everyone for playing with me.
Well, thank you for running, as Lapis said. And thank you, dear viewer and or listener, for being here. We appreciate you. Big preach.
All right, that's enough glad handing. Let's get out of here.
Yeah. Bye, everybody. You can see us in general voice at the moment. At least most of us, or some of us.
Bye, everybody. We'll see. See you next time.